Hi, this is Dr. Doreste with the Cranial Release Technique, and a lot of comments and questions and emails have been coming into me about stress, CRT and stress. What does stress have to do with it all? And I wanted to just spend a few minutes with you just discussing stress, the negative impacts of stress, and how CRT can help people deal with the stress that we're all under every day. So you certainly don't need me to tell you that the world has become a very stressful place. Physical stresses, slips, falls, car accidents, going to the gym, not going to the gym, poor posture, chemical effects, what's in the air, what's in the environment, what's being sprayed on us, all the chemicals, cleaning products. You don't need me to tell you all about that. Physical, chemical, emotional stresses. Problems at home, problems on the job, problems with the family, relationships, financial issues. So typically those are the big three that everybody talks about: the physical, chemical, emotional stress. But how about number 4, which is EMF, electromagnetic frequency stress? We really don't know what's coming out of the cell phone. We really don't know what it's like to live in a Wi-Fi environment, which most offices, most homes now are Wi-Fi enabled. So our bodies are constantly being bombarded by these waves of energy, which we call Wi-Fi. If you live way out in the country and you don't have Wi-Fi, you may say, well, it doesn't affect me. Well, I can tell you, if you take your cell phone and if you have a signal, your body is getting pelted with waves of electromagnetic frequency waves of this pollution, it's called. It's really, and again, it doesn't really matter to the brain and nervous system whether it's physical stress, chemical stress, emotional stress, or EMF stress. Doesn't matter. The brain goes through the same reaction, and the brain is doing its best to try to handle the stress. But at some point, as the stresses build, one of the hemispheres, the brain being made of 2 hemispheres, one of the hemispheres becomes overactive and one hemisphere becomes underactive. As that happens, the brain now gets locked into this distorted, imbalanced state. And now we start to go through life in this imbalanced state. And what does that mean to you and me? Well, we could go on and we could talk all about what does it mean to have an imbalanced brain electrically from stress. But I could just ask you one question. If you had the choice to have a balanced brain or an unbalanced brain, which would you prefer? I think everyone you know would say balanced. So what does that have to do with cranial release? Well, it just so happens that one of the many benefits of receiving cranial release is that the brain becomes balanced. For some reason, after receiving CRT, the brain, which on virtually everyone is unbalanced, now comes back to balance. And then you say, well, for how long will that last? Well, good question. The answer is I don't know. It depends on your ability to handle stress. So everyone's a little different. So when someone comes to see a CRT practitioner as a patient, we do some tests to determine if in fact the brain is out of balance. And you can use instrumentation for that. You can use high-tech instrumentation. Or you could do simple things like checking someone's leg length, testing a muscle to see if it's strong or weak. There are many simple ways to determine if in fact the brain is out of balance. And then I would challenge all the practitioners out there, do some of these tests, determine if in fact there's brain imbalance, and then do your routine, do your therapeutic modality with the patient. A chiropractic adjustment, acupuncture, massage, physical therapy, whatever it is you do, reflexology, whatever it is you do, and recheck them. In my experience, if you don't go to the cranium and do some sort of cranial-based technique, that imbalance will stay there and will stay locked in. People will say, oh, I feel better, my back feels better, my neck feels better, my body feels better. But the imbalance is still there, and it's slowly brewing under the surface. So again, if you're a CRT practitioner already, if you've been trained, I would be going out there and telling this story because everyone knows how much stress they're under. And then explain how this 1-minute cranial technique called CRT can assist them. If you're a practitioner out there and you're not trained in CRT, then I would highly recommend that you go to the website, which is cranialrelease.com. Click on the free report. You can order a free report, or you can click on the button that says CRT Online Training. And that then will take you to another page, and you can watch my lecture about the meat and potatoes, so to speak, of cranial release, why it works, how it works, all of that. And you can order the online training so that you can become trained in CRT. So regardless of the initials after your name, you will have a very powerful tool which will take you about 1 minute to apply with a patient. And that will enhance every other aspect of what you do with the patient. Again, as I've said, chiropractic, massage, acupuncture, physical therapy, occupational therapy, dental, naturopath, medical doctor, osteopath. This is something that enhances everything that you're doing therapeutically. If you're a non-practitioner and you're a patient out there saying, gee, I wonder if this thing, cranial release, will help me with my migraines, with my stomach trouble, with my skin issues, with whatever. Again, the purpose of cranial work, all cranial work, and cranial release technique, is to restore this normal motion, which was termed the primary respiratory mechanism by Dr. Sutherland, the founder of cranial work. So your head is not solid, it's made of 22 separate bones. And those bones need to move. And that's normal and that's natural. And because of all the things that have happened in our life, the stresses, the falls, the car accidents, all the things, and we can go on and on. I'll probably do another little video on that aspect. All the things that have caused these bones in the head to twist, shift, and sort of get locked. So now this person's going through life. There's already a weakness because this primary respiratory mechanism is not functioning properly because of the distorted cranium. Now this person's under stress. Now the brain becomes imbalanced even more. And now this person walks through life and wonders why they never get better. Wonders why, gee, I just suffer with these migraines. I guess I have to live with them. Gee, it's allergy season. I guess I have to live with it. Gee, I can't eat spicy food. I guess I just have to live with it. These are all things that I have seen change dramatically with this thing called cranial release. And you may be wondering, well, how could it be that if I work here on the head, that would affect my back or my bowels or my skin or fill in the blank? Again, because the brain controls every aspect of the body. The brain is the main computer which is housed in the cranium in these 22 separate bones. And if these bones are shifted and twisted and closed, and this mechanism is not functioning right, you are at risk of expressing any of these symptoms and having a body that's not functioning optimally. So if you're a potential patient, please take a moment, go to cranialrelease.com. There's a button up at the top that says Find a Practitioner. You can put in your zip code and you can search for someone that understands and knows how to apply cranial release, hopefully in your area. And if not, you could always call or email me. All my contact details are on the website. I would be happy to talk to you if you're a patient with some questions, if you're a practitioner with some questions, or if you're already a CRT practitioner and you have some questions. It's a simple but powerful tool that can help everybody's body work better. It's so simple. I'm all about just spreading this word of cranial release throughout the planet. And I'm so happy that Facebook is helping me do this. So thank you so much for your time. I will be putting up some more videos later on down the road. Feel free to send me any comments or questions below. And I wish you a fabulous day. Again, cranialrelease.com. Thank you so much. You have a fabulous day. Goodbye.